back to this service in just a little bit to make sure we catch the bulk of that, because I know it hasn't started yet, so sorry about that timing. But we're taking it back into the newsroom to talk about this book that you see, well, rather you see the sold out sign on Kramer Books' glass door window there. That's a local bookstore here in DC. It is quite renowned. I'm very familiar with it myself. And we're going to be talking to the owner of Kramer Books, Steve Salis, who is going to be on the phone with us in just a moment. Steve, are you there with us now? He's calling.
I'm here.
There
Happy
he
New
is.
Year,
Hey,
Molly.
Steve. Hey, good to hear from you.
Nice to hear from you as well.
Awesome. So I'm going to bring up two shots right now, and one is the tweet that you guys put out last night, and then one is just a picture that we took. We had our reporter Bob Barnard there on site this morning to talk about the sellout of that book last night at midnight. Okay, so first, Steve, you got to tell me, what has this ever happened before? I mean, you guys do this sometimes, right? Where you have these midnight releases, and then people swarm the store and it's gone. Like, tell me about that experience.
Yeah, we have done this in the past. The difference between those and this time around was initially this was going to be released on Tuesday. And with all the stuff that's been going on around the book, the publishing house decided to launch today. We had copies in store, and I give a lot of credit to our book team. We decided just on the whim to go out at midnight and take advantage of the fact we're open late and push the book out to our audiences.
Yeah. That's great. So people were out. I mean, I'm seeing your tweet. People were braving the cold to come out there. You guys close at 1 a.m., right?
Yeah, on the weekdays we close at 1 a.m. and on the weekends we close around 3:30. And yes, a lot of people braved the cold last night to come out, and we sold out within 2 minutes.
So tell me how many copies you had, and just how many people you seem to see in the store. Was it like mayhem? We have a picture here, and it sort of tells me what it looks like. Was it how many copies exactly?
Yeah, so we're still figuring that out right now because it's a very fluid situation. But we sold many, many, many copies.
Okay. Yeah, and I was also hearing rumblings that you guys were getting another shipment in today. Is that right?
Those rumblings are correct. I'm sorry. Excuse me. Those rumblings are incorrect.
Oh.
I don't believe that we will be getting any today. We are planning to have a large shipment on Monday. That's large part because of what's happening in Northeast right now.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm reading too, the book is already #1 on Amazon. Tons of people are talking about it. Fire and Fury, Inside the Trump White House by Michael Wolff. So I'm curious, what do you think this says about sort of, I guess, the community of DC, right? The local bookstore goers, what people are sort of reading in on, studying. What do you think it says about the people?
Well, I think Michael's illustrious history as Kennedy, Hollywood reporter. I think it goes to show you that a bookstore like Kramer Books can still thrive in this economy with all the other ways that people can consume a product like this. And we're alive and well, and it's really been a fortunate thing to see how many people still want to come and the actual physical book.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, awesome. It's breaking up a little bit here, but I still kind of got the gist of what you said, Steve. Talking about really the longtime establishment of Kramer Books in DuPont Circle in DC. It totally is a renowned bookstore here, and we're so grateful to be able to chat with you and hear more about this. But do you expect any more of these kind of bursts of, I guess, books coming out that you guys will do advanced sort of selling of, or anything in your pipeline that you're thinking about? Or
you never really know. As of now, there's on the docket. That's what.
Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. Well, Steve, I know you're busy and you run in the bookstore and the cafe and the bar there, so we'll leave you to go on with your Friday. But thanks so much for chatting with us.
Thank you so much for having me. Great to hear your voice. Have a wonderful week.
Thanks, Steve. Good to see you from you. Bye.
Thanks.
Cool. Well, that's a good time. So Steve Salis, who I'm actually familiar with, I know him from the bookstore and just from knowing it very well. It's very close to my heart, and it's a great bookstore down in DuPont, and they sold out of their copies. So we'll see. I guess the rumblings, we weren't really sure if they were true, if they were getting more copies of that in. So still a lot of questions about the numbers to be answered, but you can see there's a picture of the sold out sign on the door there, and we'll have to see where we go from here. Lots of people interested in reading it. We were reading that it was a varied amount, of course, of government employees who were grabbing this. You know that the media is there to grab it as well. So we'll see how it actually does when it's fully stocked there and for sale. And that was Steve Salis. So good to hear from him, guys. We're going to go back to the services, the funeral services in Highlands Park, Colorado, for the officer who was involved in that ambush on New Year's Eve.